I don't know.
Agnes?
You'll laugh.
I promise I won't laugh. Who told her?
Yes, Doctor?
Agnes, I'd like you to tell me how you feel about babies.
Oh, I don't like them. They frighten me. I'm afraid I'll drop them. They're always growing, you know? I'm afraid they'll grow too fast and wriggle right out of my arms. They have a soft spot on their heads, and if you drop them so that they land on their heads, they become stupid. That's where I was dropped. You see, I don't understand things.
Like what?
Numbers. I don't understand where they're all headed. You'd spend your whole life counting and never reach the end.
I don't understand them either. Do you think I was dropped on my head?
Oh, I hope not. It's a terrible thing, one of the great tragedies of life, to be dropped on your head. And there are other things, too.
What things?
Everything sometimes. I wake up and I just can't get a hold on the world. It won't stand still.
So what do?
I talk to God. He doesn't frighten me.
Is that why you're a nun?
I suppose so. I couldn't live without him.
But don't you think God works through other religions and other ways of life?
I don't know.
Couldn't I talk to him?
You could try. I don't know if he'd listen to you.
Why not?
Because you don't listen to him.
Agnes, have you ever thought about leaving the convent? Doing something else?
Oh no. There's nothing else. It makes me happy. Just being here helps me sleep at night.
You have trouble sleeping?
Well, I get headaches. Mummy did too. She'd lie in the dark with a wet cloth over her face and told me to go away. Oh, but she wasn't stupid. Oh no, she was very smart. She knew everything. She even knew things nobody else knew.
What things?
The future. She knew what was going to happen to me, and that's why she hid me away. Well, I didn't mind that. I never liked school, and I liked being with Mummy. She'd tell me all kinds of things. She told me I'd enter the convent, and I did. She even knew about this.
This?
This.
Me?
This.
How did she know about this?
Somebody told her.
Who?
An angel. When she was having one of her headaches before I was born.
Did your mother see angels often?
No, only when she was having her headaches, and not even then sometimes.
Do you see angels?
No.
Do you believe your mother really saw them?
No, but I could never tell her that.
Why not?
She'd get angry. She'd punish me.
How would she punish you?
She'd punish me.
Agnes, did you love your mother?
Oh, yes, yes.
Did you ever want to be a mother yourself?
I could never be a mother.
Why not?
I don't think I'm old enough, and besides, I don't want a baby.
Why not?
Because I don't want one.
But if you did want one, how would you go about getting it?
I'd adopt it.
Where would the adopted baby come from?
From an agency.
Before the agency.
From someone who didn't want a baby.
Like you?
No, not like me.
But if that person didn't want a baby, how would they get it?
A mistake?
Well, how did your mother get you?
A mistake. It was a mistake.
Is that what she said?
You're trying to get me to say that she was a bad woman and that she hated me and she didn't want me, but that is not true. Because she did love me, and she was a good woman, a saint. And she did want me. You don't want to hear about any of the nice parts about her. All you're interested in is sickness.
Sister Margaret says you've been sleeping on a bare mattress. Is that true, Sister?
Yes, Mother.
Why?
In medieval days, nuns and monks would sleep in their coffins.
This isn't the Middle Ages, Sister.
It made them holy.
It made them uncomfortable. If they didn't get a good night's sleep, well, the next day I'm certain they were as cranky as mules.
Yes, Mother.
So, where are your sheets? Do you really think that sleeping on a bare mattress is the equivalent of sleeping in a coffin?
No.
So tell me, where are your sheets?
I burned them.
Why?
They were stained, and
How many times have I burned into your thick skull and into the thick skull of your fellow novices? And menstruation is a perfectly natural process and nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, Mother.
Now say it.
It is a perfectly natural process and nothing to be ashamed of.
Mean it.
It is a perfectly natural process and nothing to be ashamed of.
A few years ago, one of our sisters came to me in tears asking for comfort. Comfort because she was too old to have children. Not that she had intended to, but once a month she had been filled with the possibility of motherhood. So dry your tears, sister, and thank God that He has filled you with that possibility.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
What do you mean?
It's not my time of the month.
Should you see a doctor?
I don't know. I don't know what happened, Mother. I woke up and there was blood on the sheets, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know why I should be punished.
For what?
I don't know.
Sister? Agnes!
No.
I sent her to her room. She was calm by then. She said it was nothing. Wouldn't see a doctor. I should have known.
Known what?
That was the beginning. That was the night it happened. That's why she burned her sheets.
What else do you remember about that night?
Well, I'm not even certain what night it was.
Can you find out?
I keep a daybook, the convent.
Can you check on any unusual activity around that time? You know, earthquakes, visitors.
I'll look in my daybook.
I'm not sick.
But you're troubled, aren't you?
That's because you keep reminding me. If you go away, then I'll forget.
And you're unhappy?
Everybody's unhappy. You're unhappy, aren't you?
Agnes?
Aren't you?
Sometimes, yes.
Only you think you're lucky because you didn't have a mother who said things and did things that maybe weren't always nice. But that's what you think because you don't know that my mother was a wonderful person. And even if you did know that, you wouldn't believe it because you think she was bad, don't you?
Agnes.
Answer me! You never answer me.
Yes, I do think your mother was wrong sometimes.
But that was because of me, because I was bad, not her.
What did you do?
I'm always bad.
What do you do?
No.
What do you do?
I breathe!
Agnes, what did your mother do to you? If you can't tell me, just shake your head yes or no. Did she hit you? Did she make you do something you didn't want to do? Did it make you uncomfortable to do this? Did it embarrass you? Did it hurt you? What did she make you do?
No.
You can tell me.
I can't.
She's dead, isn't she?
Yes.
She can't hurt you anymore.
She can.
How?
She watches. She
Agnes,
listens.
I don't believe that. Tell me, I'll protect you from her.
She
Yes?
makes me take off my clothes.
Yes.
And then she makes fun of me.
She tells you you're ugly
Yes.
and that you're stupid
Yes.
and that you're a mistake.
She says my whole body's a mistake.
Why?
Because she says if I don't watch out, I'll have a baby.
Agnes, dear, I'd like you to do something for me. I want you to pretend that I'm your mother. Now, I know your mother is dead and you're all grown up now. But I want you to pretend that your mother has come back and that I'm your mother. Only this time, I want you to tell me what you're feeling. All right?
I'm afraid.
Please, let me help you. I really want to help you.
All right.
Agnes, you're ugly. What do you say?
I don't know.
Oh, of course you do. Agnes, you're ugly. What do you say?
No, I'm not.
Are you pretty?
Yes.
Agnes, you're stupid.
No, I'm not.
Are you intelligent?
Yes, I am.
Agnes, you're a mistake.
I'm not a mistake. How can I really be here if I'm a mistake? God doesn't make mistakes. You're a mistake. I wish you were dead.
It's all right, Agnes. It's just pretend. It's all right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Agnes, I have a favor I'd like to ask you. You can say no if you don't like what I'm asking.
What?
I'd like your permission to hypnotize you.
Why?
Well, because I think you can tell me some things under hypnosis that you won't be able to tell me otherwise.
Does Mother Miriam know about this?
Mother Miriam loves you very much, just as I love you very much, and I'm certain that she
Do
wouldn't
you
object.
really love me? Or are you just saying that?
I really love you.
As much as Mother Miriam loves me?
As much as God loves you.
All right.
Thank you.
I brought the day book.
You can go now, Agnes. What did you find?
What did you find?
Some facts about her mother.
She wasn't exactly the healthiest of women, was she? Now, I can't speak to her mental health, but physically.
You knew her?
We corresponded before her death.
How old was Agnes when her mother died?
17.
Why was she sent to you?
Well, her mother requested that she be sent to us.
Why wasn't she sent to the next of kin?
She was. Agnes's mother was my younger sister.
You lied to me.
About what?
You said you never saw Agnes before she was set foot in the convent.
I didn't. I was a good deal older than my sister. In fact, I was already married by the time she was born. She was the proverbial black sheep. She ran away from home at an early age, and we lost contact with her. After my husband died and I joined the convent, she began writing to me again. She told me about Agnes and asked me to watch over her in case anything happened.
What about Agnes's father?
Could have been any one of a dozen men, from what my sister told me. She was afraid that Agnes would follow in her footsteps, and she did everything she could to prevent that.
By keeping her home from school
Yes.
and listening to angels.
She drank too much. That's what killed her.
There is more here than meets the eye, isn't there? Lots of dirty little secrets. Pull back the sheets and what do you find? A niece.
I didn't tell you because I didn't think it was important.
No, it just makes you doubly responsible, doesn't it? Blood runs thicker, right?
Had I known what Agnes was suffering.
Why didn't you? My God. You knew she was keeping her home from school. You knew she was an
I
alcoholic.
knew that after the fact.
Why didn't you do anything
I
to
did
stop
not know! That's no answer, is it?
What did you find in the day book?
Agnes was sick on the Sunday before she told me about the sheets. If she burned them then they probably got stained that Saturday night. Unfortunately, on that night, one of our elder sisters passed away. I have no recollection of any visitors to the convent that night. I was needed in the sick room.
Was extreme unction given on that night?
Yes, of course.
So Father Marshall would have been present.
Yes, but you don't think he could have...
If not Father Marshall, then who else could it be? Somebody has to be responsible for this child. Well, we'll find out soon enough. I've gotten Agnes's permission to hypnotize her.
And my permission?
I don't think you have anything to say in this matter.
I'm her guardian.
She's 21 years old. She doesn't need a guardian.
But she must come to me first and ask for my permission.
Does this mean you'll deny it?
I haven't decided that yet.
This woman's health is at stake.
Her spiritual
Oh,
health.
I don't give a good goddamn what you call her spiritual
I
health.
know you don't.
Sentence her and be done with it. That's what you're saying. Well, I can't do that yet.
What I'm saying is that you have a beautifully simple woman.
An unhappy woman.
But she was happy with us, and she'd go on being happy if you would just leave her alone.
Then why did you call the police in the first place? Why didn't you just throw the baby in the incinerator and be done with it?
Because I'm a moral person, that's why.
Oh, bullshit!
Bullshit yourself!
The Catholic Church doesn't have a corner on morality.
Who said anything about the Catholic Church? You just said. What in the hell does the Catholic Church have to do with you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What have we done to hurt you?
It started in the first grade when my best friend was run over by a cement truck on her way to school. The nun said she died because she hadn't said her morning prayer.
Stupid woman.
Yeah.
That's all?
That's all? That's enough. She was a beautiful little girl to explain away
What does
her
that have to do with it?
God, it wasn't. She was the pretty one and she died. Why not me? I hadn't said my morning prayer either. And I was ugly. Not just plain. I was ugly. I was fat I had big buck teeth, ears out to here, and freckles all over my face. Sister Mary Cletus used to call me Polka Dot Livingston.
So you left the Catholic Church because you had freckles?
No, because... yeah, I left the church because I had freckles. And guess what?
What?
That's also why I hate nuns.
When I was a child, I used to speak to my guardian angel. Oh, I don't hesitate to believe that I heard loud, miraculous voices, but just as some children have invisible playmates, I had angelic conversations. Just like Agnes's mother, you might say. Only I was a lot younger then, and I am not Agnes's mother. Anyway, when I was 6, I stopped listening, and my angel stopped speaking. But just as a sailor remembers the sea, I remembered that voice. I grew up, I fell in love, I got married, I was widowed, I joined the convent. And shortly after I was chosen to be Mother Superior, I looked at myself one day and saw nothing but a woman who was a survivor of an unhappy marriage, the mother of 2 angry daughters, and a nun who was certain of nothing. Not even heaven, Dr. Livingston. Not even God. And then, one evening, I was walking through a field next to the convent wall, and I heard a voice. And looking up, I saw one of our new postulates standing in the window singing. And it was Agnes, and she was beautiful. And all my doubts about God and myself vanished in that one moment. I recognized the voice. Don't take that away from me again, Dr. Livingston. The years after 6 were very bleak.
My sister died in a convent. And it's her voice I hear. Does my smoking still bother you?
No, it simply reminds me.
Would you like one?
Oh, I would love one, but no thanks.
I remember years ago, at the beginning of the scare, I decided to stop smoking. I had no idea how many cigarettes I smoked then, but I knew I used a book of matches a day. So I came up with the ingenious plan of cutting back on matches. First a half a book, then a quarter of a book, then down to 3 or 4 a day. And look at what happened. I can't eat without having a cigarette in my hand. I can't go to weddings, funerals, plays, or concerts. Oh, but some days I can go 14 hours on a single match. Oh, that's remarkable, isn't it? Do you think the saints would have smoked?
There are no saints today. Good people, yes, but extraordinarily good people? No, those I'm afraid we are sorely lacking.
Do you think they ever existed, these extraordinarily good people?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to become one?
To become? One is born a saint, only no one is born a saint today. We've evolved too far, we're too complicated.
But you can try, can't you, to be good?
Yes, but goodness has very little to do with it. Not all the saints were good. In fact, most of them were a little crazy. But their hearts were with God, left in his hands at birth, trailing clouds of glory. But no more. We're born, we live, we die. Occasionally, one might appear among us still attached to God, but we cut that cord very quickly. No freaks here. We're all good, solid, sensible men and women, feet on the ground, money in the bank, innocence trampled underfoot. Our minds are dissected and our bodies cut open. Oh, no soul here. Must have been a delusion. We look up to the sky. Oh, no God there. No heaven, no hell. We're better off. Less disease, for one thing. No room for miracles. But oh, my dear, how I miss those miracles.
Do you believe the miracles really happened?
Of course I do. Oh, I believe in the miracle of the loaves and fishes 2,000 years ago as strongly as I would doubt it today. What we've gained in logic, we've given up in faith. We no sort of primitive wonder. The closest thing we get to a miracle today is in bed, and we give up everything for it, including those tiny bits of light that might still, by the smallest chance, be clinging to our souls, reaching back to God.
The saints had lovers.
Yes, the saints did have lovers, but then the cord was a rope. Now it's a thread.
Do you think Agnes is still attached to God?
Listen to her singing.
Time to begin.
Begin what?
The hypnotism. Do you still disapprove?
Would it stop you if I do?
No.
May I be present?
Yes, of course.
Then let's begin.